morning's faint first light filtering in through the window. Montalbano realized it was going to be a day of libeccio, the southwest wind. The sea was making a lot of noise. He got up and went into the bathroom. An hour and a half later, Livia joined him in the kitchen, where the inspector had made breakfast for her and a mug of coffee for himself. "So, what's the plan?" asked Livia. "I'll be taking the 3 o'clock bus for Palermo Airport." "I'm sorry I can't drive you there, but I can't be away from the station for even an hour. You've seen for yourself the kind of situation we're in. Let's do this. When you're ready, give me a ring, and I'll come and give you a lift to the bus station." "Okay," said Livia. "But will you keep your promise to come to my place this time? I won't accept any excuses." "I said I would come, and I'll come." "With your new suit?" asked Livia. "All right, with my new suit," Montalbano replied through clenched teeth. They'd argued about this for at least 2 hours a day during Livia's short stay in Vigàta. When she first got there, Livia, the moment she was off the plane, before even embracing Montalbano, wanted to give him some good news. "Did you know that Giovanna is getting remarried in a few days?" Montalbano opened his eyes wide. "Giovanna? Which Giovanna? Your friend? Who's she marrying? What about the kids?" Livia started laughing and gestured to him to go and get the car. "I'll tell you the whole story on the drive home." As soon as he'd put the car in gear, Montalbano asked his first question. "What about Stefano? How did Stefano take the news?" "How do you expect? He was delighted. They've been married for over 20 years. Montalbano sank into complete incomprehension. "But how can a man who's been married for over 20 years and has 2 kids be delighted that his wife is marrying another man?" Livia broke into a laughing fit so extreme that through her tears she had to undo her safety belt to hold her stomach. "What on earth are you imagining? Where do you get these ideas? Giovanna's getting remarried to Stefano." "Why, did they get divorced? You never said anything to me about it." "No, they did not get divorced." "So, why are they getting married all over again?" "They're not getting married all over again. Quite the contrary. They want to reconfirm their marriage." "Reconfirm?" Montalbano was so confused by this point that he was afraid to keep on driving, so he pulled over and stopped. "Listen," he snapped. "I haven't understood a fucking thing in all this." "Don't start spouting obscenities or I won't explain anything to you." They resumed driving, and Livia began to fill him in on the story of Giovanna and Stefano. Happily married for 25 years, the couple were about to celebrate the renewal of their vows. At the sound of the word renewal, Montalbano couldn't restrain himself. "Renewal?" he said. "You mean like renewing a lease on a car, or renewing your membership in a club?" Bewailing Salvo's lack of romantic sentiment, Livia proceeded to explain the whole ceremony of matrimonial renewal. "When a couple has been married for 25 years, they celebrate their silver anniversary, which in fact means renewing their vows. They go to a church with their relatives and their children, if there are any, and whoever else they want to invite, and they reenact the service. They reconfirm their vows. Do you take as your lawfully wedded husband, and so on. It's all very romantic. The wedding rings are blessed again, and I'm told the couple take 2 candles and light a 3rd, which symbolizes their union. Then there's a proper wedding feast afterwards, with all the usual celebrations, as well as silver confetti. And you have to come, because I promised Giovanna and Stefano you would be there. You can come first to Boccadassi to get me, and then we'll go to Udine together." This had been the first blow. The second came that same evening, as they were eating, and it was enough to extinguish Montalbano's appetite in an instant. "I had a look in your wardrobe," Livia said, all serious. "And did you find any skeletons?" "Worse. I found the corpses of your old suits. You haven't got a single decent one. For this occasion, I want you to have one tailor-made." Montalbano broke out in a cold sweat. In all his life, he had never been to a tailor. He felt so discouraged, he didn't even have the strength to open his mouth. Only after recovering from the shock did he manage to speak, and he tried to change the subject. "Olivia, I want you to come to the police station."